Bookies! Today we are going to go over some books I am recommending that you read for Valentine's Day. So let's get started. Probably not going to be the best list. As you see, I'm not in my library. I'm on kitty duty. Kitty is still sick. So I'm kind of trying to wing this from previous lists that I have done on my blog for Valentine's Day, and also some random searches I'm doing on Google. And then some random books that are going to pop into my head as I go through this. Just for clarification, the HarperCollins strike is still ongoing, and I support them. You should too. At the time that I'm filming this. I don't know when I post this if it's still going on, but regardless, right now it still is. So you might not see a lot of explanation of some books on here. It might just be a mention and then go on to the next one. That's because I'm not going to specifically talk about them. I will mention them, but I will not talk about them until the HarperCollins strike is over. So that's any books that are HarperCollins printed. That being said, let's jump in. The first book that I'm going to recommend is The Do-Over, which is a YA rom-com, and in this book, a teen girl has the worst Valentine's Day ever. I think what happens is she has a car crash, if I remember correctly. I can't remember exactly, but then she has a groundhog effect where she has to relive it over and over and over again until, and this other guy is wrapped up into it as well. And they're reliving the same thing over again until they figure out how to resolve it. So a classic take on Groundhog's Day with a Valentine's Day twist. I honestly don't know if I mentioned this in last year's video, but I'm going to mention it again anyways because it's one of my favorite books. It is Happily Ever Afters by Elise Bryant. We also have the To All the Boys I Loved Before series, which is just a great series to just kind of binge read on Valentine's Day, but also one to binge watch on Netflix. In it, our main character is a hopeless romantic, and whenever she has a crush on a guy, she writes them a letter, but she never sends it. She puts it in a hat box. Well, her little sister is a little bit of a little shit and accidentally sends out her love letters to all of these guys, and it's about her dealing with the fallout and sudden relationship with one of them. If you're looking for something that is not contemporary but is more along the historical fiction but still would be pretty good for Valentine's Day, Last Night at the Telegraph Club would be a really good recommendation for you. The book is set in 1950 San Francisco, and it tells the story of our main character, who is the daughter of Chinese immigrants who is discovering her sexuality, and this is about the time that anything that wasn't straight wasn't tolerated, basically. There were really no gay rights and everything, so everything was kind of had to be done in secret. So it goes a lot into what the Telegraph Club is, and hidden bars that lesbian, gay people, LGBT people in general went to, so that way they could feel like they could be out and proud, stuff like that. So really good book. I recommend it. Speaking of Elise Bryant, she has another book out that I think is just really cute sounding. I've not read it yet, but I really want to. It is Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling. If you're looking for something, this is going to be a really out of the park suggestion, but stay with me. If you're wanting to look for something that is Valentine's-esque, but you are not a contemporary person, you're more of a sci-fi, dystopian reader, something that involves love, but also it mainly focuses on it being a dystopian, is going to be Delirium by Lauren Oliver. If you're looking for something that's wrote in mostly prose, The Stars and the Blackness Between Them by Junauda Petrus is really good. The book follows two main protagonists. One of them is living in Trinidad, and her mother catches her with her girlfriend, so she's sent off to live with her father up in Minneapolis. And in Minneapolis, she meets this other girl who is starting to question her sexuality. So it goes through their relationship and discovering love and sexuality, stuff like that. Another one that's kind of a twisted recommendation is going to be They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Another contemporary book I'm going to recommend is Love from A to Z by S.K. Ali. This one is so cute. So in this one, our main character, our female main character, she is suspended from school because she talks back to a racist teacher, and she is sent early to, because it's like a week before spring break, so she's sent a week early to Quadar, where her family is going to be visiting family and everything else. There she meets a boy who is our other main protagonist. He had just been recently diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and he doesn't know how to break it to his family because his mother died of multiple sclerosis. They meet each other, and it talks about their love story and everything. This book has Muslim leads in it, and it talks about the religion and stuff like that, and I found it super interesting. As someone that hasn't been around a lot of Islamic culture and stuff like that, I've learned so much about it from this book, and I really appreciated that. Alright, and that is it for this random selection of books that you could try out for Valentine's Day. Yeah. Some of them occurring on Valentine's Day, some of them just being straight romance, some of them being a little weird, like dystopians and stuff like that. That's kind of what you get with me. I'm a random person. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, and have a happy Valentine's Day. Bye!